Hi there, Gavin Mountford here, founder of the Networking Superstars. So we come to the heart of the Networking Superstars system, which is the hour of power. This is 1 hour per week that you get together live, on air, on camera, with your fellow team members. Now, if for any reason you're scared or nervous about being on camera, that's all right as well, because you can disable your camera. Although I would recommend push through, get used to being on camera, because this is how we connect in the Networking Superstars. This is how we connect in business. This is what builds relationships. This is what builds rapport, because the better you know somebody, the more likely you can do a joint venture with them. You can join businesses with them. You can help each other and work together to change your future. And that's so important. That's what's missing online, and that's what we've got here. That's what's so special about Networking Superstars. So let me just explain a little bit more about what happens and what you'll need to do. Make sure you're connected with your team leader of your in your map. Make sure you're connected with them on Google Hangout, or Google Plus, should I say. Make sure you're connected to them on Facebook. Make sure you subscribe to their feed. They should be in charge of, or they will be in charge of, arranging and organising the Hangout each week. And basically what happens on Google, there's a thing called Google Hangout. And Google Hangout is a place, let me just show you a screenshot here of one of the Hangouts that happened recently. This is Laura here, there's Andy, there's Angus, someone else, I think that may be Merle in there, although her lights were off. I think a couple of people had already left at this point. So this is what it looks like. You get on camera, you can wear little hats, and you can, I mean, it's great fun, let's put it that way. You wear little hats, you wear funny glasses, you can wear fake moustaches, you can have like a birthday cake if it's someone's birthday, and it's a serious environment, but at the same time it's a fun environment. You know, we're there to get some work done, we're there to network, but the best way to build relationships is to build rapport. Best way to build rapport is in person. The second best way to build rapport is on video. It's key. So this is what it looks like in Google Hangout. So what's going to happen is, make sure, as I said before, you will be connecting with your team at either 9 p.m. Eastern or 9 p.m. GMT, depending on which team you're in. So about 10 to the hour, whether it's 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. GMT, or 4 p.m. Eastern, which basically is the same as 9 p.m. GMT. So 5 to 10 to the hour, make sure you're logged in to Google. Make sure you're already connected with your team leader. What I normally do is I go on over to plus.google.com, plus.google.com, and then down the left hand side here is a button that says Hangouts. If I click on that, that comes up with this screen here. What will happen when your team leader sets up the Hangout, they'll do it for you, they'll set it up, and you should automatically receive an invite to join that Hangout. And I haven't got one here, but it normally just pops up at the bottom here, as long as you're logged into the right Google profile, because we've had it a few times where people have been logged into the wrong profile and the invite's gone to the other profile, which is registered with the Networking Superstars. So make sure your leader's got the right one if you want to get in, otherwise you won't be able to get in, unfortunately. Now what tends to happen is there's normally 7 people on the Hangout, on the Hour of Power. Everybody will... The leader basically will facilitate the Hour of Power. Let me just come back over here. Let me just pop this open. So you'll throughout the Hour of Power, depending on whose team you're in, who's in the group, will depend on exactly what happens within the Hour of Power. But it's normally to connect with each other, to make friends, to get to know each other, to build rapport, so to have fun effectively. The second thing is to share each other's content and comment on each other's content. Now what I found is, personally I struggled to multitask. I struggled to talk and listen to people and comment on other people's content, and that's because I've trained my mind to focus on getting my work done. So what I like to do is do my syndication the week before and my commenting, my sharing, and then just interact and get to know each other and kind of hang out fully in the Hour of Power. it works both ways. There's some people that are fantastic at commenting and sharing as well. What you may want to do is go onto Facebook and do some commenting and sharing with each other there. What I like to do is tag people in a post on Facebook and say, I'm hanging out with my buddies at whatever the names are, Angus, I'm hanging out with Laura Morris, I'm hanging out with Andy McHugh, and then other people will comment on that. That will generate more buzz, more attention, and people will then want to know what's going on, want to know what all the fun's about, and if they can be part of it as well. So you may have published a video on Facebook. If you have, ask your team members if they could go and comment and share that. You may have put a kind of a cool status update that gets people to opt into a capture page. Well, the more buzz and comments you can get on that, the more people will pay attention to you and what you've got going on. And the Hour of Power is designed for your team to kind of be a mastermind group together. Keep each other accountable. We're going to be refining the processes as to what happens on the Hangout. For now, the team leader will be in charge, so they'll go through what we're going to do and just follow their lead. If you feel like you would like to have the opportunity to become a team leader, then there's a process for that as well. There's going to be a link on the website, a link on the blog, so you can apply to become a team leader and ultimately become a map leader, where you get a lot more comments, a lot more syndications, and a lot more shares because of that. But the Hour of Power is where it's at. Last week, when we first started this, we had 4 teams of 7 people all on Google Hangout having their Hour of Power. At the end of it, I met with the leaders. Everybody had a fantastic time. Everybody connected. People got more comments, more shares, more likes, more traffic to their blog. But at the same time, they made some long-standing friendships. And as you go through the month with your team, you'll start to build that rapport. You'll start to get to know each other better, which is what business is all about, isn't it? It's not just about kind of getting behind your computer and not knowing anybody, not making any friends. What it is about creating relationships. That's so important. And that's why I feel that we reach out to other people and bring them on board with what we've got going on. So I look forward to seeing you in an Hour of Power very soon. What I like to try to do is to attend the different hours of power. So I might just pop up in your Hour of Power at some point and just say hi, just to kind of get to know you a little bit for 5 minutes, and then I'll be off connecting and networking with others in their Hour of Power too. So again, leave us a comment below, share this content. I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. This is an incredibly exciting journey, and I'm so proud to have you part of this as well. So this is Gavin Mountford here. See you soon. Bye-bye.